I am Hassan from Hassans Dex. Today I will teach you factorization. First, you should have to know how many types of factorization. First, by multiplication. Second, by completing square. Third, by quadratic formula. You should have to know the three types of factorization. First, by multiplication. Second, by completing square. And the third one is by quadratic formula. We are taking a question to solve by method 1 by multiplication. You should have to know the methods from which method we are solving. You should have to know. So question number 1 by method 1 by multiplication. So question is 4x square plus 12x plus 5. I took randomly a question. This question is 4x square plus 12x plus 5. So we need to solve this by method 1 by multiplication. So solution 4x square plus 12x plus 5. Let's solve it. We have three numbers here. In quadratic equation we should have to know this one is ax square plus bx plus c. This is the quadratic equation, quadratic expression. Okay, so we need to solve this one. So we should have to know the quantities, the values 4x square plus 12x plus 5. The first number and the last number, we have to multiply this, like 4x square into 5 is equals to 4 5s are 20 x square. Now we have the value is 20x square. Now we have to check the value in the middle, the 12x. We should have to know the two numbers, the number 1 multiplied by the number 2nd, and the answer should come the 20x, and if we add or subtract that number, the answer should come 12x. Understand? If we multiply two numbers, the answer should come 20x square. If we add or subtract, the answer should come 12x. Okay, so now we will check how we will check. I will give you the tip. Took two numbers, add them, the answer should be 12. Let's suppose I am taking 1 and 11. If I am going to add them, the answer will be 12. 1 into 12 is equals to 11, but the answer 1 plus 11 is equals to 12. Okay, so one requirement is completing, 1 plus 11 is equals to 12, but the second requirement is not completing, so we will move to the next. So we will less from the higher number and we will add from the least number, like we will add 1 plus 1 is equals to 2, and we will minus 1 from 11 is equals to 10. So we will multiply 2 into 10 is equals to 20, and 2 plus 10 is equals to 12. Our requirement is completing. So now we will put here 4x square plus 10x plus 2x plus 5. Okay, first we should have to put this is equals to 0. Okay, so now this will be is equals to 0. Okay, further we will move 4x square plus 10x plus 2x is equals to plus 5 is equals to 0. Now we have to take common first two value and third and fourth value. Okay, now we should have to take common from first and second value and third and fourth value. So what is common in 1 and 2 is 2x. Okay, so now we are taking common from first and second, like 2x. So what's remaining here? 4 divided by 2 is equals to 2. X divided by x square. So this will be x plus 2 10 divided by 2 is equals to 5, x divided by x is equals to 0. So 5 x divided by x is equals to 1. Okay, so 5 ones are 5. Okay, now what is common in third and fourth value? There is nothing common, so we will take 1 as common. So 2x plus 5 is equals to 0. So what is the answer? What is the factorization? 2x plus 1, we will put these values in one bracket, and this is the same, so we will take as a common. 2x plus 5 is equals to 0. So our factorization is 2x plus 1, 2x plus 5 is equals to 0. Further, if you want to move and if you want to factorize it more, you want to know the value of x, so you will put 2x plus 1 is equals to 0, 2x plus 5 is equals to 0. So 2x is equals to, here this one is plus 1, we will do minus 1 here and here. Okay, so now 2x, this one and this one cut it each other, is equals to minus 1. 2 is multiplying here with x. So now if 2 is multiplying here with x, if we will move here from the another side, from here to another side, so x will be minus 1 over 2. Okay, so now move here. 2x plus 5 is equals to 0. So plus 5, it will be moved there. So 2x is equals to 0 minus 5. Now 2x is equals to minus 5 and 2 is multiplying with x. So when we will move 2 from here to other side, it will be dividing. So x is equals to minus 5 divided by 2. So x, solution said that x is equals to minus 1 over 2 and x is equals to minus 5 over 2. This is your answer. Now we will solve the same question by completing square, method number 2. So here method number 2, by completing square. Okay, so now question, what was the question? Question is 4x square plus 12x plus 5. First we will put 4x square plus 12x plus 5 is equals to 0. So this is now 4x square plus 12x plus 5 is equals to 0. So we should have to complete this by completing square. So we will put 5 after equal, mean we will move 5 from here to another location. Like 4x square plus 12x is equals to 0 minus 5. So 4x square plus 12x is equals to minus 5. So now we will do the completing square method. So here by completing square, so we should have to know, we should have to check this, that 4 have square or not. So 2 square is 4. Same here, see here, x have square. Okay, so we will put here 2x square. You should have to know the formulas. Here we will use completing square, means the formula number 1. So what is the formula number 1? A plus b whole square is equals to a square plus 2ab plus b square. Okay, now we will put here, this one is a square, okay, plus 2 from formula, okay, so this one a, so a means 2x, okay, so 2x square, then plus 2 to the 4, 4x, we need here 12x, so by which number I have to multiply this, I will get the 12x. So 2 to the 4x, I will multiply by 3, so 3 to the 6, 6 to the 12x, so I will add here 3's square. You know, if I am adding 3 square here, I should have to add 3 square after equal, minus 5 plus 3 square. I should have to add 3 square after equal. If I know, I am demolish the maths rule. So you should have to know the maths rule. If I am adding a value in this on this side of equal, so I should have to add on other side of the equal. So now we will move to next. Okay, so this will a, this one is 2ab and this one is b. So here the square, here will be square. Okay, so now we will make it compress. We will move from here to here. So now 2x plus 3 whole square, okay, so is equals to minus 5 plus 3 square. 3 square is equals to, 3 square means 3 3s are 9. What will be the minus 5 plus 9? Okay, we will move further. What was at the end? 2x plus 3 whole square is equals to minus 5 plus 9. So now here two x plus 3 whole square is equals to 9 minus 5, means what is the biggest value? 9, and the 5 is the less value, so we will minus it and the sign will be get by bigger value. So 9 minus 5 is equals to 4. We will put here 4. So now taking square, root on both sides. Some people said under root. Under root, square root is the same thing. So we will put square root on both sides. 2x plus 3 whole square is equals to 4 whole square. It will be cancelled this one. Whenever the square root cancel from here, automatically plus minus sign will be taken on other side. So we will put here 2x plus 3 is equals to plus minus square root 4. Okay, so now the 2x plus 3 is equals to plus minus 4 square root is 2 square. Okay, so 2x plus 3 is equals to plus minus 2. Okay, now we will put this equation as plus and as minus. 2x plus 3 is equals to 2 and 2x plus 3 is equals to minus 2. So we will solve this one. 2x plus 3 minus 3 is equals to 2 minus 3. You should have to understand that what I did, I moved 3 from here to there, so I add minus 3 here and minus 3 here. So 3 is removing from cutting each other here. So 2x is equals to 2 minus 3. Okay, so now 2x is equals to minus 1, the bigger value, the sign of bigger value. Okay, so move x is equals to minus 1 over 2. 2 was multiplying to x, So when we will move from one side to another side, so it will be divided. Okay, so x is equals to minus 1 by 2. Okay, move here plus 3, it will be moved there, so it will be minus 3. 2x is equals to minus 2 minus 3, and 2x is equals to minus 5. The same sign two values have, so it will be add, but the sign is same. Okay, minus 3 minus 2 will be add, but the sign will be minus. Okay, so 2 is multiplying here, it will be divided there. So x is equals to minus 5 by 2. So what the solution said is minus 1, 2 and minus 5 by 2. You noted that the question we solved by multiplication, the answer was same. This question we solved by completing square, the answer was same. As you see here, the question was solved by multiplication and the answer is x is equals to minus 1 by 2 and minus 5 by 2, and here you see minus 1 by 2 and minus 5 by 2. Okay, so now we will move to the method 3. Method number 3. What was the method number 3? By quadratic formula. You people should know the quadratic formula. If you don't know, so note down now and remember. X is equals to minus b plus minus square root b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. You should have to know this formula. Without this formula, without knowing this formula, you cannot solve factorization by method 3. You cannot solve the factorization by quadratic formula. So you should have to know this formula. Okay, so now we will move on the same question and we will solve the same question and we will get the answer with the same answer. Here the question was 4x square plus 12x plus 5. First of all, we will put 4x square plus 12x plus 5 is equals to 0. You people should have to know the quadratic equation. If you don't know the equation, you should have to note down and remember this. The quadratic equation is equals to ax square plus bx plus c is equals to 0. Okay, so by remembering the quadratic equation and by remembering the quadratic formula, you will solve easily this equation. If you don't remember the quadratic equation and the quadratic formula, you will know. Without remembering the quadratic equation and the quadratic formula, you will not be able to solve the quadratic equation by quadratic formula. Okay, so this is the easiest method in factorization. You should have to know this formula. You will be the choice in your exams. You will have the choice in your exams. You solve this equation by factorize this equation. If they will not mention how from which method, so you have the choice. You can take the by completing square, you can solve by multiplication, you can solve by quadratic formula. The quadratic formula is the easiest way to solve this. So I recommend that you should have to follow this formula. If you don't remember this formula, if you are not able to remember this formula, so you should have to move on method 1 by multiplication. You should have to remember that one. Okay, so now we are solving this by the quadratic equation, by the quadratic formula. So here this one, see here, ax square, so means the 4 is a, bx means 12 is b, plus c means the 5 is c. Okay, so the formula is x is equals to minus b plus minus square root b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. So x is equals to minus b, the value is 12, so I will put minus and the value is 12 in the brackets because the sign of the 12 is plus. That's why I put it in the brackets. Plus minus square root 12 square plus 4. What the value of a is 4 and the value of c is 5. Okay, so now 2 4 what the value of a is 4, so 2 multiplied by 4, so x is equals to minus 12 plus minus square root 12. 12 the square means the value inside the square will be multiplied the same value. Okay, so 12 into 12 is equals to 144. You should have to remember these values. Okay, otherwise you can multiply here on rough side. 12 into 12, 2 2s are 4, 2 1s are 2, 2 1s are 2, 1 1s are 1. Okay, 4 4 and then 1. Okay, so 144 plus 4 4s are 16, 16 5s are 80. If you cannot remember like this, so you can multiply like this. 5 4s are 20 and 20 4s are 80. So what will the answer? Answer is 80. Okay, divided by 2 4s are 8. Okay, now we will move to the next page. What was the equation? Was x is equals to minus 12 plus minus square root 144 plus 80 divided by 8. Okay, so now we will solve this. It's my mistake. We should have to put here minus. See here the minus, here also minus, and here I will be put minus. Okay, so now x is equals to minus 12 plus minus square root 144 minus 80. Okay, divided by 8. So now we will minus this one. X is equals to minus 12 plus minus 144 minus 80. Answer will come 64. You can check here also. 154 minus 80. Okay, 4 minus 0 4, 14 minus 8 is 6, so its answer will be 64. Okay, we will move. We should have to know the square root of the 64. So x is equals to minus 12 plus minus square root 8 square divided by 8. You can check here 64. You should have to know how we will checking the square root, how we are taking the square root. So 64, here we are solving this one. Solve by 2, no problem. 2 3s are 6, 2 2s are 4, again 2, 2 1s are 2, 2 6s are 12, 1 carry here, so this will be 12 and 16, 2 8s are 16, 2 4s are 8, 2 2s are 4, 2 1s are 2. So here 2 1 pair, second pair and third pair. So 2 square into 2 square into 2 square, or you can merge this one. 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8 and 8 square. So here I am putting 8 square. Okay, so now we will cancel 8 square here. The answer will be, the remaining equation will be is equals to x is equals to minus 12 plus minus 8 divided by 8. Now we will put as plus and as minus. So x is equals to minus 12 plus 8 divided by 8, and the x is equals to minus 12 minus 8 divided by 8. Okay, so now we will solve the equation 1. Equation 1 is x is equals to this is plus 8, this is minus 12, minus this one because the value is bigger, having the sign is minus, so it will be minus and the sign will be bigger value. So minus 12 plus 8 will be minus 4 divided by 8. Okay, and then further 4 ones are 4 and 4 twos are 8, so answer will be minus 1 divided by 2. Here we are moving the same signs both value have, so now this will be add, but the sign will be the one same sign. So x is equals to 12 plus 8 is 20, but the sign will be minus 20 divided by 8. 8 we are going to divide this one. If it is not completing dividing each other, so we will divide with the common number like 2. We will divide it by 2. 2 fours are 8, 2 tens are 20. It will be divided more, so divide it more. 2 twos are 4, 2 fives are 20. 2 fives are 10. So x is equals to minus 5 divided by 2. What is the answer? Solution set is equals to x is equals to minus 1 by 2 and x is equals to minus 5 by 2. You see the answer come whenever the answer come of the same question by the thrice method, the answer is same. So you check, the answer is x is equals to minus 1 over 2, x is equals to minus 5 over 2 is the same from the thrice method. The method was, first one is by multiplication, second by completing square, and the third one is by quadratic formula. You should have to know, you should have to understand, you should have to know that the answers come from thrice method should have to same if the factorization is possible. If the factorization is possible by multiplication method, the answer is same from thrice method. If the factorization is not possible by multiplication method, so the answer will not be the same from three options from the thrice option. Okay, so now we will take another question, the question which is not possible to solve by multiplication. I will show you that if the question is not possible to solve by multiplication method, so we will solve that by quadratic formula. So the answers from the thrice method cannot be same because the question cannot be possible to solve by multiplication method. Okay, so now we will take another question which is not possible to solve by multiplication method, and after we will take also another question which is possible by multiplication and by completing square. Okay, so now we will move another question which is not possible to solve by multiplication method. Okay, so now I got it a question is 2x square minus 14x minus 13. 2x square minus 14x minus 13. If possible by quadratic equation, if possible by multiplication method, so you can do. Check, first of all you should have to check the question is possible by multiplication method or not. Okay, so now we are checking over here. What we are doing in multiplication method, we are multiply these two numbers and the answer which comes we put another side. After that we took two numbers by multiplying, the answer should become that answer which come from here, and if we add or subtract that both numbers, the answer should come the middle value. Okay, so now what I am doing, I am multiplying 2x square into 13 is equals to 13 to the 26x square. Okay, so now I have to take two numbers, the multiplication answer should become 26x square, or if I add or subtract the both numbers, the answer should come 14x. So I am taking two numbers. Let's suppose I am taking 13 and 1. 13 ones are 13. If we add the both numbers, the answer should come 14. So answer is coming 14, but the required value is not coming, the 26 is not coming. So I will multiply by 12 into 2. So 12 into 2 is equals to 24. If we add that, the answer is coming 14. But we are multiplying them, the answer is coming 24, which is not required. We are requiring 26x square. So I will multiply by 11 into 3. Okay, 11 3s are 33. If we add, answer is coming 14, but the multiplication answer is more than 26. So now it cannot be possible by adding. So now we are subtracting. Let's suppose I am taking 14 and to 1. 14 ones are 14. If we subtract 1 from 14, the answer is coming. No. I am taking two numbers, 15 and 1. 15 ones are 15. If I am subtracting 1 from 15, the answer is coming 14. And if I am multiplying, the answer coming is 15. But we require 26. Okay. So I will add two numbers, like I will add 16 into 2. Okay. So 16 into 2 is equals to 32. Which is not required. We require 26, but 16 minus 2 is equals to 14. So answer is not coming by both methods. We tried by multiplication method, but the answer is not coming. So what we will do it by twice method. We have two methods, by completing square and by quadratic formula. But I am not disturbing you by completing square. I will give you another option and another tip. By completing square, it is possible or not. So we will read, or we will learn it later. Now you have to learn quadratic formula. By this equation, by this polynomial, let's suppose I am putting this as equation, 2x square minus 14x minus 13 is equals to 0. Okay, so by this equation we can solve it only by quadratic formula. Okay, so now what is the quadratic formula with us? X is equals to minus b plus minus square root b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. Yes, you remember? Okay, now we move further. As we know that this one is a, this one is b, and this one is c, as per quadratic equation. You remember? Okay, now we are moving further. So what is a? A is equals to 2. What is b? Is equals to minus 14. We should have to put values with signs. Remember this. We should have to put values with signs. C is equals to minus 13. Okay. So now we are putting this value in the formula. You can write here, putting the values in formula. Okay, so now we are putting the values in the formula. So x is equals to minus of formula, and this one is also minus, so I am putting this in brackets, minus 14 plus minus. Now b square means b's signs square also, so I am putting minus 14 into whole square, minus 4. What is a? A is 2. What is c? C is minus 13. Okay, so divided by 2 into a. A means 2. Okay, now we are moving further. When two signs multiplying each other, the value may be changed. Like minus into minus is equals to plus. You should have to know that minus plus rules, multiplication rules. Let plus into plus is equals to plus, plus into minus is equals to minus, minus into plus is equals to minus, minus into minus is equals to plus. So what is common here? The same signs are multiplying each other. The answer is plus. If the different signs are multiplying each other, the answer will be minus. This is the simple logic. Okay, the same signs are multiplying each other, the answer is plus, and the different signs are multiplying each other, the answer is minus. Okay, so now we are moving here. What is multiplying each other? The same signs. If the same signs are multiplying each other, the answer should be plus. So we are not putting plus in front, so we are put only 14 here. Okay, so plus minus. Here also minus 14 into minus 14. So 14 into 14 means minus will be minus, and minus is equal to plus. So here will become the plus. But we have to know the value of 14 into 14. I know that, but for you I am solving here. Okay. 4 4s are 16, 1 carry, 4 1s are 4 and 1 5. Okay. And then 4 1s are 4, 1 1s are 1. Add them. Sorry, here 4 1s are 4 and 1 1s are 1. Add them. 6, 5 4 9 and 1. What have come? 196. So 196 minus into minus plus. Okay. Do multiplying this like this, like this. You can put any number from here and multiply each of them with them. No problem. Okay. 13 2s are 26 and 26 4s are. Let's multiply here. 26. Here 26 have the sign minus, and the 4 also have the sign minus. I will show you the further. Okay. 26 multiplied by 4. 4 6 are 24. 2 carry. 4 2s are 8 and 2 104. 8 2s are 10, 10 हो गया. 8 2s are 10 is 10, and this can 104. So minus into minus is plus. I will put here 104. Okay. So now we will move further. So x is equals to 14 plus minus, here 2 2s are 4. Okay, 196 plus 104 is comes 300. You can check here also. 196 plus 104. 6 4s are 10. 6 plus 4 10. 1 carry. 9 plus 1 10. 1 carry. 1 is equals to 300. Here will become 304. 300 is not the completing square of any number, so we will find the square of 300. So we will put here 300 here, and we will find the square root here. Okay. So firstly, when 100 have not the complete square, so we will find here. Remember that if there is the last number is 0 2 4 6 8, it can be divisible by 2. Okay, it is a tip for you. Remember that the last number 0 2 4 6 8, it can be divisible by 2. So we will divide it by 2. 2 1s are 2, 1 carry, it will become 10. So 2 5s are 10, 0 as it is. So there is also 0, so we can divide by 2. So 2, we cannot divide 1 by 2, so we will divide 15 by 2. It will become 7 2s are 14. 1 will be carry here 10. So 2 5s are 10. So there is now 5. If there will be 5, it will be divided by only 5. Okay. So 5 1s are 5. 2 remaining. 2 will be carry here. This will be 25, and 5 5s are 25. So there is also 5. So we will be divided by 5. 5 3s are 15. 3 1s are 3. Okay. So now what we get here, x is equals to 14 plus minus square root 2 into 2 into 5 into 5 into 3 divided by 4. X is equals to 14 plus minus 2 square into 5 square into 3 square divided by 4. So x is equals to 14 plus minus 2 divided by 2 cut it the square root, and this 2 is cut it the square root. 3 don't have the square, so it will be in square root. So it will be 14 plus minus 2 into 5 square root 3 divided by 4. So x is equals to 14 plus minus 2 into 5, it will become 10, and divided by 3 divided by square root 3 divided by 4. So what's common in these two values? See here, it can be divided by 2, it can be divided by 2. So 2 is the common here. X is equals to 2. 2 sevens are 14 plus minus 2 fives are 10 square root 3 divided by 4. When the value comes like this, 2 is multiplying, any number is multiplying the whole value, so we can divide it by the down values. Okay, it means we have the by sign or upon sign completely. So 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4. So x is equals to 7 plus minus 5 square root 3 divided by 2. It's the complete factorization of the question 2x square minus 14x minus 3 minus 13. Okay, so this is the answer. So now you are able to learn, the quadratic formula, the question which is not dividable by multiplication method or by completing square method. So this is the way you can solve, you can factorize the question by quadratic formula. Okay, remember that if every question can be solved by quadratic formula, but every question cannot be solved by every question cannot be solved by multiplication method or by completing square method. Okay, you can solve every question by quadratic formula. It's the last way you can solve the question. Okay, but you cannot solve every question by multiplication method, you cannot factorize every question by completing square method. See, okay, so now there is a question 4x square plus 12x minus 5 is equals to 0. Okay, so now if we can factorize it by multiplication, let's see here, we can factorize by multiplication method or not. Okay, so here is the question for what we are doing in multiplication method. 4x square into minus 5 is equals to, we will multiply this. So 4 5s are 20 minus 20x square, it will become minus 20x square. But now we have to multiply two values and we should have to get minus 20x square, and we add them, so we have to get 12x. Okay, so let's check. 5 4s are 20, but okay, we start from the two numbers. When we add them, the answer should come the 12. Okay, so now we are multiplying by 11 into 2. So 11 into 2 is equals to 22 plus 11 plus 1 is equals to 12. So now 12 is coming but not coming 20. Now we will multiply by 10 into 2. 10 into 2. 10 into 2 is equals to 20, and when we are adding them, the answer is coming 12. But see here, if I put 10 into minus 2, what we are doing? Minus, because what's the answer over here is minus. So we need the answer by multiplication in minus. We will multiply this and we will get the minus 20, but we cannot add them. Okay, whenever we cannot add them, so we cannot solve them. It means we cannot solve this question by multiplication method. But there is another way to solve this question. There is a way to solve this question by completing square. It's not the same. If you cannot say a question cannot be solved by multiplication method, it also cannot be solved by completing square method. You can solve this by completing square method. Okay, and you can also solve this by factorization method. I will show you to solve this question by completing square method and by factorization method. By quadratic formula method. Okay, so here solution by completing square method. Okay, so we put here question 4x square plus 12x minus 5 is equals to 0. First of all, we put minus 5 on another side. Okay, so we will move minus 5 from over here to another side. So 4x square plus 12x is equals to 0 plus 5. Whenever we moving a value from left hand side to right hand side, from right hand side to left hand side, the sign should have to change. Okay, so here we put 4x square plus 12x is equals to 5. Okay, now we are solving this by completing square. So as remember, I told you that you should have to remember the formula. The formula is a plus b whole square is equals to a square plus b square plus 2ab. So you have to remember this formula. Now we will manage this as formula. Okay, so 2 have the square 2. Okay, and this will become 2x square. Okay, now this is the middle value, this one. Okay, so plus 2 of the formula, and I put 2x as a. Okay, so what number I need here to get 12x? 2 2s are 4. It means I need here 3 when I will get the 12x. So I will put here 3. Okay, so it will be 3. So what is the b? B is 3 now. So I will add here b's value. Means I will add here 3's square. The maths rule said that if you are adding square, any value squares here, so you should have to add the same value square on other side. So I will put the another side the same value square, 5 plus 3 square. Okay, so now this becomes a formula a square plus 2ab plus b square. So I will shrink it and I will move it like the same. So I will put 2x plus 3 whole square is equals to 5 plus 3 3s are 9. So here 2x plus 3 whole square is equals to 9 plus 5 becomes 14. So I will put taking square on both sides. Okay, so here 2x plus 3 whole square is equals to 14 square. When I am cutting here square, the automatically plus minus signs come and another side. Okay, so now 2x plus 3 is equals to plus minus square root 14. Is there any solution of 14 square root? Let's find out. 14. It's only divided by 2 or 7. So 2 7s are 14, 7 1s are 7. So there is not coming up here. The 14 will same as it is. We will put 14 same as it is here. Now 3 is adding here. When 3 is plus or adding here, we will move here from left hand side to right hand side. So it will be changed the signs. So 2x is equals to minus 3 plus minus square root 14. Okay, now 2 is multiplying with x. When we will move from here to another side, the sign will be changed. So it's becoming it's here multiplying, so it will be divide there. X is equals to minus 3 plus minus square root 14. So 2 is multiplying here, it will be divide here. What's the answer here? Solution set is equals to x is equals to minus 3 plus minus square root 14 divided by 2. The question which is not solvable, the factorization which is not solvable by multiplication method, we solve this question by completing square method. We will solve this question also by formula. The answer inshallah will become the same. Okay. Okay, now we are solving the same question by quadratic formula. So the question is 4x square plus 12x minus 5 is equals to 0. As I told you, the question is not solvable by multiplication method. The question is solvable by completing square method. We will solve the same question by quadratic equation. Okay, quadratic formula. Okay, so now solution by quadratic formula. Okay, so what is the formula? X is equals to minus b plus minus square root b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. Okay, so now by putting, as you know, by the quadratic equation 4x square plus 12x minus 5 is equals to 0. So here a is equals to 4, b is equals to 12 and c is equals to minus 5 as per quadratic equation. So see here, now we will putting the values. Putting the values in quadratic formula or in formula. So x is equals to minus into 12 plus minus 12 square minus 4 and minus 5 divided by 2 into 4. Okay, so x is equals to minus 12 plus minus 12 12s are 144 minus into minus plus 4 4s are 16, 16 5s are 80. So here will come the 80. 2 4s are 8. Okay, so x is equals to minus 12 plus minus, so add these both values, 144 plus 80 is equals to 4 plus 0 4, 4 plus 8 12, 1 carry 224. So now we will put here 224 divided by 8. So we will check the square root of 200. So now 224 we putting here. We will find out the square root of 224. Here 224. I told you the last number if 0, 2, 4, 6 and 8, it is divisible by 2. So first we will divide it by 2. So 2 ones are 2, 2 ones are 2 and 2 twos are 4. Again we divide it by 2. We cannot divide 1 by 2, so we will divide 11 by 2. It will come 5 and the 1 will be carried to 2. It will become 12. Now we will divide 12 by 2. It will become 6. Again we divide it by 2. 2 twos are 4. 1 will be carried. It will come 16. So now 2 8s are 16. Now 2 1s are 2. 2 4s are 8. 2 7s are 14. And there is the 7 1s are 7. So as you see here, the pairs, one pair, second pair. There is the two pair and the two different numbers. So we will put here minus 12 plus minus square root 224 square root 2 square x is equals to minus 12 plus minus 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 7 divided by 8. So now x is equals to, we will do pairing 2 square into 2 square into 2 into 7. We put these separates because they don't have the pairs. So now there is x is equals to minus 12 plus minus, we will cancel squares by square root, this one and this one. So 2 into 2 will come out and 2 into 7 will be inside, so it will multiply and the answer will come 14. So divided by 8, x is equals to minus 12 plus minus 2 to the 4 square root 14 divided by 8. And next, x is equals to, what is the common between minus 12 and plus minus 4? The common is here 4. So 4 3s are 12 minus 3 plus minus square root 14 divided by 8. 4 1s are 4 and 4 2s are 8. So x is equals to minus 3 plus minus square root 14 divided by 2. This is the answer. Solution says that x is equals to minus 3 plus minus square root 14 divided by 2. This is the same answer as I told you in by completing square. You can see here the same answer, minus 3 plus minus square root 14 over 2 by completing square. Okay, by completing square method, and this is the same answer by quadratic formula. Okay, you can see here. So the question which is not completely solved by multiplication method, the question easily solved by completing square or by formula. I told you as before, the question which is not divisible by multiplication method by completing square, it can be solved only by quadratic formula. But the question is not solvable by multiplication method, it can be solved by by completing square method and the by quadratic formula. And the question, as you know that a simple question of factorization